Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my Dragon Ball Super English dub review of episode 51. Once again, joining me is Richard Cora Kenobi for this Dragon Ball Super English dub review. How's it going?
Going good, bro. Going good. Again, can't say this enough. Excited to be back again to collab with you on the Future Trunks / Goku Black arc. And oh boy, do we have an interesting episode to talk about.
Yes, indeed. So most of this episode is basically covering, a lot of the interesting stuff of the future, of what's been going on in the future, but it does cover some of the stuff that goes on too, of what, the fighters, the Z fighters are planning right now. And so that's what we're going to kind of get into. So at the beginning of the episode, of course, they kind of start off with the what happened in the previous episode, kind of recapping stuff. And then when we start up the episode, okay, so then now they're it's the aftermath of everything. You have Bulma there, he just seen it, with the new time machine, or not the new time machine, I'm sorry, the old time machine.
Yeah.
That was destroyed by Cell, the other Cell from the other, the I guess you should say, the Cell that everyone fought, that came from the future, from the other future, where that other future Trunks beat the androids but couldn't beat Cell, and then came to the present timeline and basically caused everyone problems, and that was the Cell who started Cell game. So that's basically that time machine. It was all destroyed. So if you don't remember in Dragon Ball Z, or even Dragon Ball Z Kai, though I prefer Dragon Ball Z, so we don't want to talk about that. So basically, what happens is there is this thing that the Capsule Corporation employees finds, and Bulma goes there with Future Trunks, and they inspect it, and eventually Trunks puts it in a capsule, which everyone remembers. Now this was something, I mean, it's easy to say that this happened, but it hasn't actually officially happened, but they do mention, in the flashbacks, that Bulma had asked Trunks to leave this time machine behind so she could examine it and possibly repair it, which of course she was never able to do, because present day Bulma obviously wasn't as advanced as future Bulma, because they kind of came up with their own coordinates, because they were always pressured into war, which is why they built the time machine, which is what present Bulma never was able to do, because she never was in that type of pressure. But the thing is with the manual, now it will be easier, I guess, for her to figure it out, which is why she was interested in this, in the time machine that Cell came from all of a sudden. And in the flashback where they're bringing this up, one of the things that I noticed, and probably a lot of people noticed, was that the animation was in black and white. Now, a lot of people have noted that this black and white change compared to other flashbacks was due to his hair. Obviously, as we know, in purple was purple, and now it's blue here in Super, so they wanted to avoid showing that, because now they're trying to hide the fact that his hair was ever purple to begin with, and it was always blue.
Yes, which the next episode is going to completely retcon this, so we'll talk about that in the next episode.
Well.
Yeah, but no, you're right. So there is new animation here, both for the flashback with Bulma asking for the time machine, and when they actually go to examine the time machine, because instead of using old Kai footage of
or
them,
Z,
but No, it's fine. But instead of them just using old footage from either Z or Kai, they just decided to add new animation, but covered in black and white, to kind of keep us thinking that Trunks' hair was always blue, but us old-time Dragon Ball fans knowing his hair is purple, they just decided, okay, we'll cover it in black and white. And
not to mention that the video games like still have his hair purple.
Yeah,
I mean, with the exception of like the new Trunks clothing outfit, you know, for example, in Xenoverse 2, they have the new Super Trunks where he has blue hair, but the original Trunks, you know, from Z that you have the option for, he still has purple hair. In story mode, Xenoverse, the Time Patroller has purple hair.
Yeah.
It's just
it's weird. It's Dragon Ball. It's stuff like this. You might as well just say, okay, fine, whatever. But yeah, I agree. It is a little weird, but I didn't mind it that much. You know, the new animation, I thought it was okay, and I didn't mind it. But yeah, so basically, after we see that Bulma pulls out the old time machine, everyone is kind of surprised by this, and Whis and Beerus are displeased by this because it's another time machine, and they've expressed so many times that breaking the time is a serious problem, and they prefer humans not to do this, but you know,
I find this so funny though, because like Whis is this character that's been supposed to exist for how many years now, right? Yeah. And like he never knew that this was going on, like when they were doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, to whatever the explanation for that, we'll never know. But yeah, so basically, everyone still agrees to go back to the future with Trunks. Bulma tells them that I need to repair it, I need to clean it, and I need to modify it. So
which she now with future Bulma's like knowledge manuals, now she can like use that to make it and repair the one that they have.
Exactly, yeah. So that's pretty good. But throughout this whole episode, here's the interesting thing. We're going to have some episodes like this until we get back to the action, but I wouldn't call these next couple of episodes filler because they're not. No,
these are like informative episodes to keep the plot along.
Yeah, exactly. But they're just for the characters. Yeah, and they're just for the characters to rest and kind of gather themselves. So this is just preparation. But yeah, so
I think this episode was actually very important too, because it's kind of explaining a lot of the stuff that's going on and what they need to know and stuff like that. But getting back to the actual episode, after that, I believe it was they did a funny scene where with Krillin and Piccolo, where they basically had to clean the stuff up.
They have to fix all the holes and shit, because they're the only ones there. And Piccolo considers this more exercise, even though it's not exercise. It's kind of just labor, but whatever, I guess.
Maybe you get muscle from it. Maybe not so much for them, but for for people like us, it would be.
Yeah, exactly. So then afterwards, Goku goes to Whis, and he asks him to train him because he wants to be in the best shape to fight Black again.
Exactly. And he needs this. And, of course, Whis is like, no, I'm not going to train you because you're going to just go to friggin' fight, in the future or whatever.
Yeah, like, Whis is not in the mood to train with Goku because of all this time-breaking stuff. So, and he and Beerus expressed throughout this episode, their minds are more interested on Black's and energy and the time ring. So Goku.
I know. I find this interesting because they don't want to go to the future, but yet they're interested with Goku Black now.
Yeah, well, that will be explained why they can't go to the future. But yeah, so afterwards, it's suggested that maybe Goku should train with Vegeta, but Vegeta
just goes to the galaxy room basically by himself.
Yeah, he goes to the gravity room. He's in one of his bad moods. Yeah, no, it's okay. But here's something interesting. This is one minor nitpick I had with this. When Vegeta is getting ready to go in the gravity room, he all of a sudden says, "Hell no!" Like.
Hell no! I like that, actually. That was funny.
Yeah, but my nitpick with that line is that in the original I understand they had to make this change, but in the original Japanese version,
Which, by the way, before you bring that up, I just want to say that this is an English dub thing, and we're only talking about the English dub as if this is the premiere thing.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind, guys.
Yes. But in the original, Vegeta says, "I'll never forgive him." Now, he said that because, well, he's pissed off that Black killed Bulma, and he's been making his son's life a living hell. So it made sense why he say that, but in here, he just says...
Wait, the original thing he said was what now, you said?
The original thing he said in the Japanese version was, "I'll never forgive him."
I'll never forgive him, but then here he said, "Oh hell," he said, "Hell no," basically.
Yeah, like basically this scene is to show us that Vegeta is pissed off at Black for killing his future wife and for making his future son's life a living hell. So in this scene, he just says, "Hell no." And I understand, Vegeta may not have, the English dub has to be different, but why did he say hell no? Like, was he saying hell no? It almost made me think he was saying hell no to Goku for wanting to fight Black.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
that's what I thought it was. But
yeah, but no.
you're saying it was different dialogue.
Yeah, so very curious change there. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. But then afterwards, we see Goku goes to King Kai's planet, and King Kai, being King Kai, wants him to get the hell off.
Yeah, that was funny when he went to King Kai's. He gets transmitted and King Kai's, and King Kai's just like, "Goku, I don't want. We're not doing this." It was like, "Why not?" And then they just show the planet, like it's got dirt around there.
Yeah, like Goku has messed up King Kai's planet, so it's understandable.
And he still has to wish King Kai back to life too.
I know. So yeah, that's very funny. Then afterwards, this is where we get into the actual meat of the episode. So basically, after this, we see the Pilaf gang. They're doing their usual thing. They're wanting to try and steal the plans for the time machine, so they can go back and do whatever they want to do, I guess. And then Mai's name gets mentioned out loud, and Future Trunks hears this.
Trunks is like, "What? Did you say your name was Mai?"
Yes.
He's like, "Yeah." And then they were like, "Well, there's a Mai in my future too." And so,
and throughout this whole episode, he's explaining to her what her alternate self was like in the future. So this is where we get some history between Future Trunks and Future Mai. So this, and throughout this whole time, past Mai is just wooing over Trunks because of, she just I guess she finds him more attractive than Kid Trunks, which does make sense, but I thought that was
because I mean she's technically supposed to be 44. Well, actually no, she should be older than 44. That was how old she was in Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Well, at this point she's like 50, but but yeah, it's very interesting. But throughout this flashback, we basically see when we see the war between Goku Black, the Resistance, and Future Trunks, and Mai was the leader of the Resistance. So
she was the leader, which was really interesting because they always talk about how Goku Black nearly like he was destroying all of humanity and stuff like that. But the androids 17 and 18, basically they were destroying humanity, before this even started. So
but
humanity is already wiped up. And I don't know if you watched what I was doing, but what I thought when I first seen this was, when they were bringing this up and all the stuff about Goku Black, nearly destroying the human race and stuff like that, I'm thinking to myself, well, Future Trunks, he should be known across that world. Like, he should be known across the Earth world in his time because he literally has been the savior of their planet with destroying androids, destroying Cell, and then of course destroying Deborah.
Exactly, and Babidi. Yeah,
I mean, he should be like Hercule in his time, basically.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, it is very interesting, but we actually see that Black destroys the world on a global scale. So basically, how the androids. It's funny you brought that up. The androids were able to destroy humanity, but as far as we know, they only destroyed humanity in where Trunks and the Z Fighters lived. We never knew how much of the other world was intact. So Black just destroys half of the whole world. So yeah, basically then after that we get some interesting flashbacks of the Resistance and Mai trying to take down Black. Of course, they're shooting bullets at him,
bombs and shit, like going through the buildings and shit.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That was epic. But yeah, they're shooting him with bullets, which at this point, when you're trying to shoot a Dragon Ball character with bullets, of course it's not going to work at them. Yeah, so they try to lure him in to this trap. He's in the trap, and Mai has a detonator, and she presses it, and just before it goes off, Black turns around and smiles at her. So this was fucking creepy, in my opinion. And boom, a whole buildings drop on Black, and he still survived. This is to show you that Black, literally nothing humans can do will take this guy down. They've dropped.
I mean, I don't know what people expected. Like, I mean, when have we, when it comes to a military force trying to take out a villain, when has this ever been successful in Dragon Ball?
I know. Well, give them credit. They did something that I don't think the other military forces did against Black thought of. They tried.
Well, I mean, I'm not just talking about Black. I'm not talking about just Goku. I'm talking about any villain. When this military force that has gone after a villain has ever been successful.
I agree. Yeah. So basically, this is just to emphasize that, Black, even though they dropped a building on him, it's still not going to work. This guy's going to keep going. So basically, he gives his whole speech about how humans surprise him, but they're still.
First off, Future Trunks came in then.
Yeah. So basically, Trunks comes in. And this is one of my favorite moments in the Japanese dub, and I was so looking forward to hear how the dub would handle this. Basically, we see Black give his whole spiel on humans and how he has the wisdom. He's seen the other universe, the other worlds, and he has this godlike wisdom that humans are the biggest mistake in the galaxy, and he wants to cleanse them. And of course, Future Trunks says, "Shut the hell up."
Well, it's not just humans; it's just anything, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah. So Future Trunks tells him, "You have no right. Who made you judge? You have no right to decide that." So this whole speech was pretty good, but of course, Future Trunks tries to take him down. It doesn't work, and Black nearly takes him down. And Mai shows up to save him, and she uses a flashbang. So even though buildings and bullets won't work on this guy, flashbangs can, still affect him. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So we also get this scene. It's a touching moment between Mai and Black and Trunks, where she's pretty much telling him that he needs to survive. He gives everyone hope, and he gives her hope. And Trunks is just telling her that some hero I turned out to be. Like, he's pretty much taking himself down, saying Gohan or Vegeta would never have been this weak. And
which I think is kind of ironic since they all died.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so he really can't do that to himself. He's just beating himself up. That's what he's doing. So basically, Mai gives him hope to keep going, and he tells present Mai that I will never stop. You gave me hope back, and I'll never stop going, basically. So he gives her a good speech, and of course, yeah, exactly. Because again, this isn't meant. Now, I want to make this clear because I know a lot of people are going to be confused, and by this, Future Trunks is not hitting on past Mai. This is not what this is. He's pretty much thanking her. Like, he's thanking her for everything she did for him, and he's trying to be nice. It's not meant. He's not flirting with her, and he's not, being.
I mean, not that because she's technically in her 50s, but.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, this is also to make Kid Trunks jealous, because Kid Trunks is envious of his future self, because his future self is a freaking badass, and poor Kid Trunks, he's just a kid.
Well, they're not the same though. That's why, like, they're completely different worlds. Like,
exactly,
Trunks was never born into war, basically. When so he never had to train that way. Future Trunks has always been, he was born into this, abyss type chaos world that he has. That's why he has a sword and stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, that like, okay, aside from Goku, Trunks is the hope of his universe and his future. So, I mean,
his universe, there's no one left.
Yeah, exactly. But Kid Trunks, he's never gonna be like that. He's just gonna be, he's just gonna be himself. So this is pretty
with
much
Gotenks, so they can be, the fusion. Yeah, Gotenks.
Yeah, exactly. So then afterwards, Goku shows up and he tells Trunks that he needs to rest and relax. He needs to get his strength up.
Well, don't forget about Emperor Pilaf. They ask if they're
before. In the future, yeah, and Trunks says he doesn't know. So this brings up, which I'm led to believe at this point. So, okay, this is still to this day we haven't gotten a concrete answer, but I do want to make somewhat of a speculation. If Mai is the only one of the Pilaf game that is in future Trunks' time, and also too, what's interesting, is that future Mai is younger than present Mai, because present Mai is, as Ultimate Goku said, it's got to be in her 50s right now.
Got to be in like her 50s or something like that.
Yeah, but future Mai has to be in her late 20s, early 30s. So
she could have just used the Dragon Balls just like she did here. I mean, it's
possible. I don't know. Like, it's never explained. But all we know is that future Mai is the same age as Trunks, or she's similar to his age. So yeah, but basically then afterwards, so we don't know what happened to the Pilaf game. We can just assume either one, they were never born in Trunks' time, or two, they just died. Like, and they
that's the thing that I don't know, because like the way they're setting it up is like, I mean, the future timeline is completely different from the present timeline.
Yeah,
anyways.
so
Everything changed. So I mean, all we could just speculate is maybe they got a hold of Dragon Balls before, they did in the present day, just like how Deborah shows up, much later, because we all know that Deborah had to have shown up later in the future timeline versus the present timeline because of how all the events transpires, because Cell doesn't hatch until much later, where Cell comes along in the present timeline much sooner because he comes from the future and stuff
exactly
like
so
all the timelines are all different anyways, from the future timelines to the present timelines.
Maybe we can just assume that Mai never met Pilaf and Shu, so maybe Pilaf and Shu
or they split up beforehand because of the time changes.
Like I said, it's hard to know, but we can just assume that maybe the future Mai was never involved with the Pilaf game, and this is a younger Mai, so we'll just assume that. But yeah, so the episode ends with, of course, Goku giving Trunks the rest pep talk, and he has to train some other way, and he asks Whis again, will he reconsider? And Whis still says no. So then the episode ends where Whis and Beerus are still curious about Black and his energy and the time ring. And then it ends with Beerus asking, when is dinner? Like, he wants dinner.
Yeah, he wants dinner. And I don't know if did we mention about the new ending theme song or whatever?
Yeah, the new ending.
This week or last week's? I don't know if we mentioned it.
Yeah, no, that's right. This week, last week we got the introduction of a new ending song. It's okay. I mean, I always throughout the many ending theme songs with Super, this one is okay. But it's nothing special, but it's pretty good.
Is it in English or isn't it? Because I can't really make it out. I've seen some of the words were obviously in English, but
I think this was mostly one of those songs that wasn't dubbed, sang in English. So I think this is the original Japanese version.
Well, I mean, I heard saying in there, though. I did hear saying in there. Yeah. Because I know the pronunciation is different in the Japanese version. So I thought that was interesting that it was like that.
Yeah.
But,
exactly.
But no, like, I mean, that's just, I just don't know why they just don't get someone to dub the song.
It is.
So it can sound better.
Exactly, it is. It's very weird, but yeah. So that was this episode, everyone. Like, that was episode 51. Honestly, it's a good break from the action we've gotten in the past 3 episodes, and it's here we get to learn more about Future.
Oh, well, I think we should also mention one thing, because I don't think we touched on Goku Black, too, because Goku Black
Oh, that's right. We did. I almost forgot he was in this episode. Yeah, we can go over that. So,
We
before.
didn't talk about the part where Black, he basically wanted to, like, train like Goku, or wanted to learn more, like, of Goku's strategy.
Yeah, like
basically
what happened is that Black was able to absorb, I wouldn't say absorb, he was able to memory learn. His body was able to learn Goku's fighting style as Super Saiyan, through Super Saiyan 3, I can assume, because now...
No, it was Super Saiyan 1, because that's all he had.
Well, no, he fought him in
Super Saiyan 3 yet.
No, but he fought him in Super Saiyan 2.
Oh, was that? No, I thought it was Super Saiyan 1 that he fought him in.
No, it was Super Saiyan 2. Like, he fought because the different, like, when you see him go Super Saiyan 2, he has a bang. He
usually has the static, right? He usually has the static stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I didn't see that though when he was doing that.
Yeah, it was Super Saiyan 2. He had the little bang there, so that's how you can tell it's Super Saiyan 2 from not just the static, but yeah, so basically he has Goku's moveset from Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2. We can't assume he has Goku's moveset as Super Saiyan 3, but now he knows Goku's moveset, and he's pretty much testing it out.
And he wants to do more, which I'm like, well, how are you supposed to get back there to, like, study him again?
So basically he wants more of Goku's power. He wants the body of... Because since he has the body of Goku, we can assume that he doesn't know how to use those powers. Like,
well,
he doesn't.
Like I said, we can't say exactly it's the true body of Goku, because Goku dies of a heart attack. So I mean,
well, again, like I said, so basically, yeah, he has Goku's moveset. He wants more, and it's his plan to, whenever he does face Goku again, this time he'll be more powerful than when he fought him the first time. So it is going to be interesting. So yeah, that's where the episode ends.
So that's the extra. I think that was the last thing that we hadn't covered yet.
Yeah, which that was good. I'm liking how we're seeing more of Black, and it's very interesting. It's painting a clear picture, and like I said, so far, even though it's only been a couple of episodes, Black is my favorite villain of Dragon Ball Super, because his entire backstory is a mystery, and I love it when we find these things out later. So yeah, this episode was good. Like, I know a lot of people prefer their Dragon Ball with a lot of action and less explanation, but this episode was good. It was a good relaxer episode, and it was just here to explain things to us, because we can't always have action.
We get action, but you always have a balance of stuff too, so stuff makes sense.
Exactly.
It was good.
But this episode was very good. I liked on how we got to see more of Future Trunks and Future Mai. It was nice getting to see Black again. It was very nice to just have this episode be sort of a breather episode. So I'm happy about that, and I can't wait to see, I literally can't wait to see next week's episode, because next week's episode is my
Dragon Ball Super.
Yes, the next episode will be Gohan and Future Trunks reunited.
Oh yeah, they already showed like a preview bumper for that.
Yeah, yes, and
I'm really looking forward to this. Yes, this explanation. Gohan's got a lot of explaining to do.
Yes. So yes, Future Trunks gets to meet modern day Gohan, and oh my God, I can't wait to hear Kyle and Eric's interaction, because again, this is awesome. Like, I'm so happy that we're finally getting the dub of this episode, and I can't wait to, and especially I love Future Trunks' reaction to the Great Saiyaman. Like, I am so confused right now. Like, yeah, that's the Great Saiyaman, Trunks. You've missed out on a lot.
Yes.
So this episode was great.
It's a great, I like the balance of the episode. I am looking forward to next week's episode, and of course all the coming up episodes to come in the future. But so yeah, that's the review, guys. But I just want to make sure all the links in the description box of all the groups and all the official places that you can go to watch Dragon Ball Super legally, obviously for the English dub, because you got to support the official release, obviously.
Yes.
But as of tomorrow, or actually probably today, depending on when this video comes up, the Part 3 Blu-ray and DVD will be out.
Yes.
For most of the Universe 6 arc. I'm sure they're gonna have like the last episode not included. Oh, it's just dumb, but whatever.
Yeah.
But that's all there. Also, I'll put the link in the description box. You can guys go check out Richard Cora Kenobi's channel, because he does some reviews of his own and reactions, and he also does his own podcast too. Show.
Yeah. Yes.
So that. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like my other videos, please subscribe. And comment and rate. Let me know what you guys think about what's coming up in the coming episodes.
Yes, and don't spoil anything.
Yeah, don't spoil anything from the Japanese version. It's just in English dub. So as if it's just premiered. So yeah.
Yes, and we will see you guys next week for our review of Gohan and Trunks Reunite. If you are looking forward to that episode, let us know down below. And if you want to know our thoughts on it, you're going to have to wait till next week, because it's going to be one hell of a funny episode, and we can't wait to review it for you guys.
I can't wait to review it, and I can't wait to watch it, obviously.
Same here.
Yep. So that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Later, everyone.